Hello, Aries, and welcome back to your October 2016 Tarotscope reading with me, Lara. So, Aries, how did you get through the Mercury retrograde season? I am so happy to say that it is now over. Although we still have to deal with that little pesky shadow, we're in the most part in the clear. I can say that it was definitely a challenging season, but hopefully you have pulled some good out of those challenges. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. This month, I am excited to debut a new deck that I have recently acquired called the Golden Thread Tarot. It is a beautiful, eco-friendly, biodegradable plastic made with this beautiful gold foil. It is absolutely stunning, and I just had to have it. So I'm very excited to be using that this time around for the zodiacs. Alright, and your added guidance will be coming from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck that I have here. I'm a very big fan of this deck because I love the beautiful, romantic, vintage, old school images on there. I love anything retro, anything vintage, so we'll be using that this month. So let's get down to business, Aries. The first card that I drew for you was the Queen of Swords upright. Now, there we go. What is the Queen of Swords? The Queen of Swords has a lot of forceful energy. A lot of times she can symbolize a woman in your life or a woman that is about to come in your life. Or if you are a woman yourself, this could symbolize an aspect of you that's very fierce and goes after what she wants and is not afraid to get what she wants. And a lot of times she can symbolize a woman who has hair on the darker end of the spectrum as well as darker eyes. Now, the challenge to this card is pretty much, yes, go after what you want, but be careful of other people's personal boundaries. I tend to have a lot of Queen of Swords energy at times because I'm a very goal-oriented person. I go after what I want. I will break down the door if I have to, but sometimes I got to remember I can't step on the toes of people that are around me. I got to make sure that I, for the most part, stay in my own lane, if you get my drift. This card can also symbolize a need to be forceful and honest with the situation in your life. Are you just not speaking your piece or saying what you want, or do you want something and you're afraid to go after it? You have to build up that courage and go for it. Channel the forceful energy. Channel that fierce, I'm going to go and get it energy out of this card. You need to put your foot down too. That's another thing about this card is the needing to put your foot down, speak up for yourself, speak your truth, but just be mindful to not be too abrasive, because that is the downside of the card is the ability or the action of getting caught up too much to the point where you're abrasive towards others. If this is symbolizing you know what you want and you know what you need, you just have to go after it. But like I said, be mindful of other people's boundaries. You don't want to start any issues in that arena of your life. As far as work goes pertaining to this card, even though you know what you want and you need, don't put it out there at work about what you want and what you need. So if you're at work and you're not feeling your job where you're at, this card is saying it's okay. Think about what you want, what you need. Check your avenues. Look for different things that you can do, but don't broadcast it. Keep it on the down low. Not everybody needs to know your business, you know. You don't want to cause conflicts by being like, I'm looking for another job that pays better because the pay here sucks. Don't broadcast any of that. And the other part of this in regards to work is don't overreact to any kind of perceived issues you may think that you are having at work. You don't want to assume that something's going on when it's really not. Because sometimes when emotions are high or there's high forceful energy, you don't want to get caught up like, oh my God, this is going on at work, when really it may not be the way you think it is. Also, it's saying to look to women in your work field to point you in the right direction. So if you are looking for a job and you're looking for something particular, look to the powerful or go-getter women in your life. Somebody that's strong and has a lot of sense of direction. These are going to be the people that are going to point you where you need to go to find the appropriate job. As far as love goes for this card, it's kind of similar to what I was saying earlier about being mindful about boundaries, yours and others, not being too abrasive. So if you are in a relationship and you are wanting something to come out of it, don't push for it. Don't try to force the other person to do anything they may or may not want to do. Let things happen and unfold naturally. If you are looking for somebody, try not to get too caught up and be too aggressive with it. You kind of just want to let people come to you. You get more flies with honey than vinegar. Okay, so just kind of utilize the energy to the best of your abilities without running anybody over in the same sense. Okay, that was that card. The second card that I pulled for you was the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is pretty much be careful with your thinking. Seek outside input. The sword suit always represents our mind, our intellects, and our speech and how we speak our mind. And right now it's saying be careful with your thinking. Your thinking may be a little bit off. You may be creating problems that are not there. You want to seek an outside perspective, outside input. You might be thinking that something is positive when in fact it's negative. This is telling me you're not really thinking clearly, and you may be caught up in the forceful energy still from the Queen of Swords. You may be getting really out there with what you want, and you're so caught up in going after what you want that you're not thinking clearly. And this is saying to seek out help. And there's nothing wrong with asking help and asking somebody to take a look at what's going on to see if what you're thinking is going on and how you feel things are going on are actually how they are. Be careful of illusions, because not everything is what it seems right now. So cautionary, be careful with how you're thinking, evaluate everything from both ends, and don't be shy about asking for somebody's opinion, especially somebody that's close to you. The last card that I pulled for you was the beautiful Temperance card, and the Temperance card is all about balance, it's about harmony, it's about moderation and patience. Now when this comes in, because there's a lot of high energy going on right now for your read, and there's a lot of ability to get caught up in things that may or may not be going on. Like, you got all this energy and you're pumped, you're ready to go, you're trying not to step on people's toes, but things may not be what they seem. This is just saying to take a balanced approach to everything that's going on. So if something seems out of balance, try to brainstorm and find ways to return balance to you, and to have patience for the things that you are trying to build and go after. It's not going to happen in a day. Even though this energy is high and it's saying, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, this is saying, relax, patience, everything falls into place as it should. The key here that I want you to focus on with this card, and I want you to channel and take in the energy of this card and this read overall, is to maintain balance in all areas of your life. You have a lot going on. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of room for confusion. Just take it slow. Go for what you want, but don't rush. There's a difference between moving quickly, getting things done, and rushing. Maintain balance. Have patience when you're trying to maintain balance, because there are times when, balance isn't happening as quickly as we like. We get impatient, which makes that unevenness, that imbalance, much bigger than it has to be. Take it slow, Aries. You'll get there. Now, the added guidance card is pretty on point, I'd say, for the theme of this reading. And it is the balance card. Again, this is like the temperance card. This is saying to seek balance in all areas of your life, in all aspects. So not just your physical life, but balance in your spiritual life, your emotional life, your mental sides, and work, relationships, home. If there is complete balance, you should feel at peace even during the times of chaos. So then, this is saying to seek balance this month for October. And I really feel like you can do it, Aries. You just have to set your mind to it. If you set your mind to it, you'll be all right. Just utilize the energy, take it slow, seek outside help, and maintain the balance. So, I wish you nothing but the best, Aries. I hope you make out well. Please let me know if you enjoyed the reading. As always, please like, share, subscribe. Big hugs from me to you. And until next time, I'll see you later, Aries.